Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. This is the Routledge History of Literature in English, part 54. So let's dive in the world of literature. Today we will be covering Victorian drama, and in the book we can see that the portion of Victorian drama starts from few lines from Oscar Wilde's work, The Importance of Being Earnest. And the lines are: never speak disrespectfully of society. Algernon. Only people who can't get into it do that. And do remember, these are satirical lines. The censorship of plays by the Lord Chamberlain between the Theatres Licensing Act of 1737 and its abolition in the Theatres Act of 1968 meant that for some 230 years a wide range of subjects could not be handled in dramatic form. The trend towards a kind of realistic drama began in the 1860s with the plays of Tom T.W. Robertson. The titles of his works gives us an indication of their themes, and the works are Society in 1865, Caste in 1867, Play in 1868 and School in 1869, far removed from the usual theatrical fare of melodrama, farce and burlesque. Robertson was the first playwright to insist on the stage setting of a room having a real ceiling and on real properties. This gave rise to his plays being called cup and saucer dramas. Almost 100 years before kitchen sink plays brought such attention to realistic detail back to the stage. The social issues presented fairly, uncontroversially by Robertson became highly controversial in the 1880s and 1890s. This was the time when the realistic novels of the French writer Émile Zola and the major novels of Thomas Hardy were publicly burned because of the moral outrage they caused. In drama, equivalent outrage was caused by the English translations of the plays of the Norwegian Henrik Ibsen. Ibsen's early plays were written in the late 1860s, but it was not until 1880 that The Pillars of Society was staged in England, and almost 10 years later, A Doll's House received a successful production. George Bernard Shaw's essay, The Quintessence of Ibsenism, published in 1891, the same year as Oscar Wilde's important work, The Soul of Man Under Socialism, gave the first great impetus to Ibsen's work and to the concept of the play of ideas. There are few lines given from the work of Oscar Wilde, The Truth of Masks in 1885, and the lines are: for in art there is no such thing as a universal truth. A truth in art is that whose contradictory is also true. And just as it is only in art criticism and through it that we can apprehend the Platonic theory of ideas, so it is only in art criticism and through it that we can realize Hegel's system of contraries. The truths of metaphysics are the truths of masks. Wilde's successful plays were all written and performed in a period of 3 years between 1892 and 1895. The title of Wilde's essay, The Truth of Masks, is the clue to his comedies, which always handle dangerous and compromising secrets. Illegitimate birth in the work A Woman of No Importance in 1893. Culpable indiscretions in Lady Windermere's Fan in 1892, and An Ideal Husband in 1895, obscure social origins in The Importance of Being Earnest in 1895. These are the dark background to the light comedy of Oscar Wilde. The revelation of a hypocritical society behind the shallow mask of manners gives a resonance to the plays which Wilde's own destiny was to underscore. His biblical tragedy, Salome, written in 1891 to 1892, was another play to be banned by the censor even though it was written in French. While Wilde's career flourished, the other main figure in the theatre was Arthur Wing Pinero. His comedies such as Dandy Dick in 1887 and The Magistrate in 1885 are well-made farces. With the second Mrs. Tanqueray in 1893, Pinero touched successfully on the theme of social scandal, also handled by Wilde the year before in Lady Windermere's Fan. Pinero's contemporary, Henry Arthur Jones, was a more socially committed dramatist. His end of the century plays, handling fashionable themes such as the double standards of behavior concerning men and women, but without the controversy of Shaw. The Liars in 1897 and Mrs. Dane's Defense in 1900 are among his more significant plays. So this is the end of Victorian age. From the next video we will be starting the 20th century. If you have any doubts or query, you can ask me in the comment section below, or you can even message me in the social media IDs that are given below in the description box. And do share the video to all those who wants to be the part of this literary journey, and don't forget to revise. So that's all for today's video. Thank you and signing out.